Hey guys, this is Coach Hallie and this is the Iron Mobility YouTube channel, and we are going to be doing a short 10 to 15 minute hip mobility routine here. So join in, let's get to it. Come down onto hands and knees. We're going to start with some tabletop or quadruped hip cars. So get ready. You're going to bring your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Protract through those scaps so you're not sinking into your shoulders. And then we're just going to think about the rib cage gently hugging in and up to keep our spine stable. Now let's start with the left leg. We're going to squeeze that left calf tight toward our hamstring and lift the knee just a little bit. Drive that knee forward into as much hip flexion as you can get without rounding your spine. Then drive that leg up as high as you can to the side, trying to maintain the pelvis position. You're going to sweep the leg back slowly and start to internally rotate through your hip, reaching your heel and your hamstring up toward the sky. Then sweep the leg back in line with your hip joint, and now we're in hip extension, making sure we're not in spinal extension at all. Take a breath here, feel that hamstring and glute engage, and then bring the knee down. We're just going to reverse that. Here we go, driving up, back into hip extension, and then sweeping out to the side. We're internally rotated here at first, then we externally rotate slowly and start to bring that knee forward toward our tricep and pull it under toward our chest. We're going to come off of our hands and knees now and take the opposite foot forward into a half kneeling position. Now from here, I want you to posteriorly pelvic tilt. Try to feel this glute engage, a stretch here in the front of your hip. And we're going to take our hands, cross them over our chest, doing a little T-spine rotation here now. So we're going to move into T-spine flexion, hugging the elbows down and in toward our rib cage in and back toward the back of our body. Take a breath here. And then rotate that T-spine toward your front leg as far as you can. We're going to dip that shoulder blade back toward the back pocket, and then lift up into T-spine extension. Sweep all the way across. Feels so good. Drop the opposite shoulder blade toward your left butt back pocket, and then coming back into that T-spine flexion toward the opposite open hip, and then rotate back to center. Awesome. And then we're just going to flip around and do all that on the other side. I'll turn this way so you guys can see me. You don't have to turn around though, of course. Set yourself up in your tabletop quadruped position. Rib cage wrapping in and up, scaps protracted. Squeeze that right calf tight to your right hamstring. Lift the knee a little bit off the ground and start to pull forward into hip flexion. Then drive, abducting up into that high open position. Start to sweep the knee back in space and internally rotate through your hip, getting that heel up, that hamstring to engage. Keep pushing out of your scaps, and think tailbone dropping down a little bit. Soft posterior tilt here. Bring the knee down, and now reverse it. Here we go. Rest of the body stays stable as we move through the hip. Sweep out to the side, and then externally rotate through your hip. Top of the knee is going to pull forward, sweeping in and under the rib cage, and rest. Awesome. We're going to bring that opposite foot forward. So now I have my left foot forward in this posterior pelvic tilt. I might feel a nice little stretch in the front of this hip, and that just helps me keep my pelvis stable here. We're going to take the opposite hand on top for this T-spine rotation. So think about the hands and shoulders drawing down away from your ears. Start to go into your T-spine flexion. Take a breath. See if you can wrap the rib cage in and back a little bit more. And then start to rotate toward that front leg's corner. Shoulder blade is going to reach back toward the back pocket, and then lift up into T-spine extension. Sweep all the way across like your sternum is trying to reach up toward a rainbow, arching across the sky. Right shoulder blade comes down toward the right back pocket. And then wrap the elbows and rib cage down and back and rotate back to the center. Awesome. Whew, that felt good. All right, now we're gonna come down and we're gonna move into the 90-90 position. So let's put our left leg forward because we're gonna focus on this back leg first, and we're gonna do just some little like windshield wiper rotations. So you can put this hand just back and kickstand yourself slightly so you create space for this hip to rotate. And you're gonna come up onto the big toe of this back foot. And now I'm just gonna try to keep this grounded leg down and not moving as I externally rotate through this hip and try to open up as much as I can, feeling a nice engagement and stretch here as I open up and externally rotate, keeping this leg grounded. And I'm just gonna slowly internally rotate and come back to that starting position. We're gonna do that 2 more times, just rotating, creating space in our hip capsule and our pelvis. 1 more, externally rotate, try to swivel the heel under, and then rotate back to the starting point. Now we're gonna go into the full 90-90 transition. So we're gonna start the same way, spiral open, swivel that heel under. You can bring your other hand back behind you. Now, once I can't get this leg to externally rotate and abduct anymore, then I can start to lift this knee up away from the floor. And I'm in my full bear sit position now. Feel free to adjust a little bit if you need to. Pause here and drive those knees wide apart, lifting your chest, shoulders drop down away from ears. Take a few breaths, finding a stretch. And now start to shift toward this new front leg, coming down as soon as you can with that side of the shin and knee, and then get on the big toe mound of this new back leg and internally rotate that hip. And now we are in this new side of our 90-90 position. Just take a breath here. Again, this hand is just right behind my shoulder, and I can lean into it a little bit to angle my spine away from my hip. And we're gonna do those 3 little swivel rotations here. I'm gonna put this hand tented on the ground, lift this back heel, and I'm gonna externally rotate, swivel that heel under without this leg coming up. And then I'm gonna internally rotate slowly, reset, and do 2 more of those. I'm trying to keep my T-spine and my pelvis pretty much stable. So we're really just rotating that femur bone in the hip socket. We're not shifting our pelvis around to get the knee to come further up and open. And we're not lifting this leg away from the ground. All right, now we're gonna do that full rotation back through the bear sit position, but we're gonna pause in the bear sit this time. So externally rotate, get that heel to swivel under, bring your opposite hand back. Now try to drive the knee further and then start to lift this leg, the right leg, up as soon as you need to. We're gonna pause in the bear sit position, and I just want to adjust my hands. So I'm gonna take the inside of my ankles or shins, sit up nice and tall, and we're gonna do a pail and rail here for our hip adduction, abduction as well. So what I'm gonna do, my first engagement is gonna be pushing my inside. I can bend my elbows a little bit, and I'm gonna push the inside of my knees toward my arms, and I'm gonna slowly build up effort and tension here. And let's start with the first rep just at like 50% of my max effort. So I'm just at a light amount of effort, but it still feels like a full engagement in my whole body, especially my inner thighs and my pelvic floor, my groins. It's as if my legs are trying to come toward my midline, but my arms are blocking. We're gonna hold 50% effort here for 10 more seconds. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now release that push in with the legs and try to keep your arms exactly where they are and drive your knees down and out away from your arms, actively trying to get more external rotation, more abduction of your hips. You might have just a centimeter of space between your forearm and your inside of your knee, or your elbow and your knee. Still at 50% effort. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now relax in this position. Try to keep your legs where they are in this new range of motion, and bring your elbows down to meet that big range of motion. And we're going to start a second rep this time, building up to 75% effort if that feels comfortable for you today. Here we go. Start pushing in with those knees and inner thighs toward your midline, but your arms are going to just stabilize and lock in place so your legs don't actually move. Get to that 75% effort. Keep sitting up tall. 10 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that engagement, and now drive those knees down away from your arms. Even if you don't actually get space between your arms and your legs this time, but just try to peel your skin a little bit apart so they're not quite pressed all the way together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax in this position. I want you to stay in this new range of motion and just rest in it. Relax your muscles as much as you can. Breathe easy. Go ahead, take one more breath here. Awesome. We're going to bring our hands behind us, lean our chest back a little bit to create space for our hips, and we're just going to windshield wiper our knees side to side. Just smooth them all out. Doesn't have to be any effort here, just nice and relaxed, easy peasy. Just to kind of let go of that tension we were building up. Maybe you had some crampage going on. Totally normal with this kind of mobility work. All right, friends, I hope that felt good. You know, that's just a short hip-focused routine. Please follow and subscribe, like this video, give us your feedback. We love to hear your feedback and know how we can improve the Iron Mobility YouTube channel. And of course, we offer online coaching, programming, one-on-one virtual training. So if this is right up your alley and you're looking for more movement like this, well, we can do it with you. Just reach out to us, send us a DM. We'd be happy to help. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.